Live from the NBC4 studios in high definition, this is NBC4 at 11, where accuracy matters.
Good evening, I'm Candace Lee. An elderly woman with a knife wanders a parking lot telling strangers she'll cut them. Police arrive and throw her to the ground, but did they use too much force? Mike Bowersock has been investigating the story today and has all sides of it, beginning with the people who saw it happen. Mike?
Well, I spoke to the daughter of this woman tonight. She said her mother needed stitches to close the wounds and her hand may have been broken. She says her mother found a steak knife in the car from silverware that was in the car from the move, cut herself out of her seatbelt and got out of the car. What exactly happened with Virginia Dotson outside of a Whitehall Walmart Saturday night? We know she was wielding a knife and there had been threats.
There was some kids out there talking to this old lady, and they said something about the lady hitting them or something.
Stan Brown is the one who was shooting it all on his cell phone. Someone else called the police. Whitehall officer Tammy Scott was the first out of the car.
She didn't even ask her to drop the knife. The woman told her when the cop come charging at her, she said, "I'm not going to cut you. I'm not going to cut you." She kept on just calling her daughter's name out.
But listen to the audio and you can hear what the officer said.
I am. Can you put the knife down? Man, if you don't get up that closer, man, go. Get footage, man. You bullshit, man. You gotta get real footage with this.
The crowd started to gather and the two officers called for backup.
It was about to be a riot in front of Walmart yesterday.
I believe it could have been taken care of a lot easier than that. I kind of think that was too much force with her being that old.
It's not pretty, but when we're looking at what could ultimately happen in that situation, the age can't really be a big factor. It's a public relations nightmare in some ways, but the officer did what she had to do.
Dr. Richard Weinblatt is the director of the Institute for Public Safety at the Central Ohio Technical College and is often quoted nationally on police force affairs. He says with what the officers knew at that second, they had to do something.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
In this case, they did. As for Virginia Dotson, whom is believed to be 84 years old, she was treated and released at Mount Carmel for the head injuries she received when taken to the ground. In Columbus, I'm Mike Bowersock, NBC4.